Loneliness is a problem today for many men and boys, and a gathering this weekend here in Chattanooga offers a community for them. On Saturday, M-PACT, or Men and Impact, hosts Where Men Connect in Chattanooga's Miller Park, starting at 8 a.m. Brandon Clift is the founder of M-PACT. Sydney Guerrette is the founder of Be the Change Youth Initiative. Brandon, Sydney, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, pleasure to be here again.
Tell us more about what's coming up.
On June 7th, we're meeting in Miller Park for our second annual Men's Mental Health Matters event, and the theme this year is about community. So helping bridge the gap for men that are experiencing isolation and loneliness, and bringing together some of Chattanooga's best clubs and communities in one place so that men have options.
Last year's summit focused on mental health. This year, loneliness. Talk more about why.
Last year was actually a resounding success. It went better than actually what we anticipated. 200 people plus showed up, and that was about bringing together mental health resources. So therapists, counseling, various non-profit mental health centric communities here in town. That was great. A lot of men got the help that they needed, but we also recognize that that's quite a leap for a lot of men and boys to go, oh, I need to get professional help. And so this year we thought, what if we lowered the bar and made it a little bit easier for those of us that have been raised that, oh, if I need to get help, I need to admit that something's wrong. So for men out there that are
And you need somebody to admit it too.
Yeah, bingo. And some of us in our home lives or in our communities, we can't do that. It's too dangerous. It's too risky. Well, that's the story we tell ourselves and how we've been raised. And so what if for the men and boys out there experiencing isolation and loneliness, they want to join a car club, a running group, a beer brewing group, a Dungeons and Dragons league, a kickball league, frisbee, whatever. There are so many amazing communities here in Chattanooga doing incredible things that recognize that men and boys struggle with connection and with loneliness. And so we're bringing them together so that, people can show up and go, all right, let me check out Improv Chattanooga. Let me check out the Bluegrass Club. Let me check out all these different things we got going on.
These low impact on-ramps to grassroots community connections.
Yeah, that's something Chattanooga does really well too.
And Sydney, talk more about your role in this and Be the Change.
Yeah, Be the Change Youth Initiative is a partner with this event. My mom has been on the board to make this thing happen, which has been amazing. And we're also bringing a bunch of musicians from Be the Change Collective to perform during that event as well. We'll have In the Company of Wolves there, which is me and my brother, Sam Stedman and Andrew Witherspoon. Also, we're going back to community, right? Community is really important. We're also going to have a table set up there to talk a little bit about the work that we do. One thing that I appreciate about it is even though it's a men's mental health event, everyone is invited to the table, the families, the kiddos, all of the people that are in these men's lives. We're talking about the importance of how to show up for one another. So when we can be vulnerable, when we can share these things that we're going through, it builds this and strengthens our community even more. So a lot of it is about partnership. It's about community. It's about meeting like-minded people that understand this and want to challenge and support each other in it. And that's what's really cool about being able to do this all together.
And talk more about some of these opportunities that are out there that this summit will highlight.
A big opportunity more than anything is just broad exposure. Because many of these communities, self-admittedly, they'll tell you that although they've got a great service offering or they've got a great community, they may not be the best at marketing it. So it's giving them the chance to really show up and show off what they're doing and what they're building. And so everyone who's invited, all the partners are invited to bring their own communities as well. We're going to be doing a 100+ person cold plunge at 9. Last year we had 80 people plunge, which was pretty incredible. And it was the highlight of the event. We have a mental health run, mental health yoga, workout happening earlier in the day, then the cold plunge, tons of live music as Sydney shared, and really just an opportunity to build connection because sometimes, I love that you said it's a family event, sometimes men just need a nudge because there's this dichotomy. We've been raised to not talk about our challenges and our experiences, yet what does it take to develop a really strong friendship? It takes vulnerability. So that creates this weird middle ground. And sometimes we just need a nudge by the people who love us most, our kids and the women in our lives, to say, you know what, Dad? Or you know what, hubby? You need to get out of the house more. I'm sick of looking at your face. And there are some great opportunities out there to find that community. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day.
How do you keep your balance as you do this work? This is for both of you, of course. Sydney, you've been quite open talking about your background and your brother and his struggles. It's a question for both of you.
Yeah, I honestly think finding the right community and the right people that you trust is really important. I think also it does take the encouragement, because sometimes you feel like if I share certain things about myself, people will judge me or think less of me, especially with the mental health conversation. There's so much stigma around it, and a lot of people don't know how to even talk about things like I'm struggling with depression or I'm struggling with anxiety. I think I was encouraged at a very young age to step into these conversations and be honest about things that I'm experiencing. But also, it does take that encouragement. It does take that piece of being able to say, I know the people that I'm surrounded with right now, they're a safe space. And it's about creating that culture around this type of conversation. It takes that little nudge, like you were saying. It's so important. And we can't do this thing without other people. We can't live life without community. Community is so crucial, especially being able to go not just to the benefit of our own mental health, but also to the benefit of serving our community for the better.
Well said. For me, it has been my men's group. 9 years ago, I found myself in a really dark place. I had built my life to be alone. Even though I had a very forward-facing brand and business in my hometown in Australia, I'd never been more isolated and alone. And I recognized that I couldn't do it alone. I had set up my own trappings and I needed help getting out. And a men's group in town presented itself. I got involved and I just became obsessed. Never missed a Tuesday night where I got to be with other guys from various different stages of life, various different challenges. And we were just there for each other. And what I love is no one was there trying to fix each other, because I know that's very natural as men. We want to fix things and problems. I've learned that in marriage, that don't try and fix the problems. Yeah. But having men that love and care about me enough that I'm not related to, that aren't in my friend group, that can hold me to a different standard, that I can share with them what it means for me to live in integrity, and they can lovingly call me in or call me out if I need to be called out when I'm not living into that integrity, that thing that I claim that I want to, how I want to show up as a husband and a father. And so that support has been phenomenal. And you know who loves it the most is my wife. Because I'm not dragging those balls and chains with me through our relationship and through my relationship with my daughter. I have a place on Tuesday nights where I can take this stuff, so I don't have to bring it to her. Some of it I will, but some of it is I'm going through a thing and my wife's like, how can I support you? And I say, it's something for the guys. You know, I need to bring it to the men's group. And so my marriage is very thankful for this men's group, and it's honestly a cheat code in life.
And for people who want to check out the summit, where can they go online?
It's very basic. Just type into Google M-PACT, M-PACT, Chattanooga. It's the first thing that's going to pop up is the Eventbrite. Go ahead and register. You'll see the agenda on there. You'll see what all the offerings are. And it's also on Facebook as well if you want to look it up.
All right. Brandon, Sydney, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.